Okay, well, good morning, my friends here in the Asian market area trading Forex. And hello to all you sleepyheads in other parts of the world. It is 10 a.m. here where I am. And this is the first session in the new Nailing FX series that will be available every week through, I hope, forever. So we'll see. We can see that there are going to be some other live sessions. Today, if you tried to get into the session a couple of days ago on Wednesday, sorry, we had some really bad technical difficulties and some misunderstandings. So today is the startup. This is the first one. On Tuesday, the 9th, Andrew, at 10:30 a.m. from New York, will be giving a FX presentation. Pedro on Thursday, the 18th at 10 a.m. again from New York. And then I will be back with you on Wednesday, the 24th. Make sure you sign in and watch the other instructors. They're going to provide you with great information. We work together to make this a really fantastic training and learning experience for you. And then Cherian will be with you on the 27th of June. In addition to the FX Street time slots that we're doing, we'll also be doing some YouTube sessions, and those will be hosted by Trade with UFOs. Okay, so let's get going here and see what we've got. So again, my standard introductory here. Good morning. I'm coming to you from the Pegasus Plaza in downtown Bien Hoa, Dong Nai, Vietnam, where today it is mostly sunny right now. There'll probably be a thunderstorm later on today. Our precipitation is 15%, humidity 74, and the very mild wind at 1 mile per hour. At 9 o'clock, the temperature was 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 30 Celsius. It'll probably get up into the 90s. So this was supposed to happen on Wednesday, June 3rd, but it's happening today. And my presentations will always be at 10 a.m. in Vietnam, and that's ICT, Indonesia, Indochina time zone, UTC +7. Where now it's probably 4 a.m., around 4 a.m. in London, and 11 p.m. in New York. This is going to be the Nailing FX sessions, and mine is Spot Forex Trading Simplified. That's what I would like to do. My name, you know, is Bert. Everyone calls me Opa, so you can address me as Opa. And my personal email address now is fxopabert@gmail.com. You make a note of that. You can also get a hold of me through opa@tradedictive.com. And that's where you would also send requests to download the guides that I prepare for most of my sessions. Okay, so when you want to see the other trading sessions, you'll go to www.tradewithufos.com/OPA. And when you go to that website, you'll be able to get the trading guides. They haven't been posted yet. They will be in the very near future. All right, so let's get started with the disclaimer. We always have a disclaimer. The following video clips and demonstrations, presenter guides are for educational and instructional purposes only. Tradedictive and Trade with UFOs and its presenters provide trading information purely for the purpose of demonstrating a method of using the products. Users understand that all content used in the information presented is purely for demonstration purposes only, are not instructions to take trades, and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained through any presentation demonstration does not indicate in any way the results you may receive by using the products or methodologies we offer. All right, so with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into it. So today we begin a new series of FX sessions, and our focus will be on expectations. What should we expect from this new series of FX sessions? I'll give you a little better introduction for those of you that don't know me and have never been in one of my classes before. And then we'll get into a little skit on trading competition. Trading is competition. Then we'll go ahead and look at the Nailing FX trading education format. We'll look at the June schedule, the proposed July schedule, and then jump into some step-by-step approaches to get the end results. And again, if you are trying to reach me and want to get to me personally, you can send me an email at fxopabert@gmail.com. You can also send me email to opa@tradedictive.com. And I do also have a Facebook page that you can follow. It's called Forex Pipsville, or you can search Facebook and look for @FX Pips Trading. So let's go ahead and see who I am. So this is me. You can see here, this picture here. This is a very younger me when I had hair. Okay? When I had hair, that's me. So in the middle there, you can see I'm in uniform. I'm a retired U.S. Navy commander and a graduate of the United States Naval Academy. And it was actually at the Naval Academy in 1970 that I first became interested in trading. So I've got a few years on me there. And now I'm an independent businessman, primarily retired, but I just love giving Forex presentations and helping people with the Forex market. I'm also an IELTS English teacher here in Bien Hoa. So that's me, and there are several other members in the Nailing FX team that I'll introduce you to in just a bit. So I have been a speaker, public speaker, and I usually talk about trading Forex. A media personality. I've not only been on TV, but also on radio. You may have in the past been listening to Power Trading Radio with Merlin Rothfeld. I have published several articles in different formats, different venues. And as I said, I am a serviceman. I was a serviceman. This is a picture of me when I was a midshipman at the United States Naval Academy. I like to think of myself as a bit of a motivator to get you going. And I'm a mentor, and I just like to have fun. So you can see I'm having fun here with my special hat. So let's go on. Why I trade and why I teach. I trade because it allows me to enjoy life, giving me freedom to travel and meet new people everywhere I go. I get the extra income I need to live the lifestyle I choose by trading. I teach because actually, once you really understand trading, it's very boring and it's a lonely business. So teaching gives me personal satisfaction, knowing that I can hopefully make a contribution to someone else's success. And oh, by the way, you see that picture up here of me at the pool here. I am going to try to do some trading by the pool Facebook live presentations, trading by the pool. And we'll see how that goes. And take a look. You watch your email, watch the information. All right, so here's a quote that I often tell my students. Effective and efficient traders make the most return in the least amount of time with the fewest number of trades, because trading is not their life. Excuse me. They have learned that trading offers the opportunity to have a life, and that's what I enjoy. I enjoy being here and having a life and being with you all in these sessions. Now, here we go. Remember this, trading is competition. And you see this big guy here? That's the Forex market, the biggest financial market in the world. Compared to other markets, Forex just dominates. It's overwhelming. Think of Forex market as a basketball, and all the other markets combined would kind of represent a golf ball or maybe a billiard ball. But Forex is just a huge market, and nobody can control the Forex market. They can cause it to move a little bit, but never really control it. So here's you and me. We are now the retail traders. We are the ones that we're competing against the market. And you know what? You can't beat the market. Yes, there's the market. There's you and me. We cannot beat that market. No matter how hard we try, no matter how many of us there are, we cannot beat the market. So no matter what, we cannot beat the market. So what do we need? We all need some help. Yes, help. And where does the help come from? Well, the help comes from many different places, but I believe, and I hope you'll find that Nailing FX Trader Education is the help that you will get and help you become better at your trading. Obviously, again, as a disclaimer, there is no guarantee that anybody can ever make. If somebody ever tells you that they guarantee you some kind of results, run away fast. So why should you learn from Tradedictive and Trading with UFOs? Why should you learn from this nailing team? Well, we will help you to eliminate the focus on money. If you are focusing on money when you're trading, you're not focusing on your trading. I will say and repeat over and over and over again in our training sessions, that the focus is on making pips. The focus is on making pips. And if you make pips, the money shows up in your account. So don't worry about it. Focus on making pips. We're going to provide you with simplified analysis. Not a lot of technical stuff that you have to really scratch your head and try to decide how to do what. We'll show you really step-by-step approaches. We're going to focus on the process of trading and, in particular, good risk and money management. That's going to be critical. We'll provide you with specifically selected and often customized tools. These tools have been developed. I've developed some. The Tradedictive team and the UFO teams, we have all contributed to this. And so we're going to provide you with, like I said, some of those guides, and there will be tools that you'll be able to use to help you better your trading. So we're going to train you on the proper use of tools. Some of them are standard tools. I like to use a lot of standard tools, but I use them in different ways. And you'll see in my presentations that I am not a textbook indicator user, because textbook indicator users don't usually get the kind of results they expect. So what I'll show you is that you need discipline in order to take high probability trades. Only take those high probability trades. And so here you see a picture of Cherian. Cherian is one of our FX nailing team members, and he'll be coming to you from Dubai. He'll be presenting from Dubai. Here I am down here in Vietnam. Andrew is in Singapore, and he does a lot. He does multiple assets. So if you're interested, many of the instructors, I do Forex exclusively, but many of the other instructors do other assets. So if you're interested, go ahead and follow them to see what else is available. And then here's Pedro down in Spain. Hey, Pedro comes to you from Spain. So these are the members of our Nailing FX team. Here is the schedule for this month. You can see here Wednesday I was scheduled to do this session, and I'm now doing it here today on Friday. So this is the introductory session. This is to set up everything that we're going to do. And then again down here, you can see that I will be doing a Nailing FX Asian session, but see this little red indication here, that is not the Vietnamese flag. Might look like it, but it is actually YouTube. So next Wednesday, I'll try to give you a YouTube session. And then after that Wednesday YouTube session, then I'll be back on FX Street on the 24th, okay? But Saturday, you'll see we have sessions, YouTube session Saturday here, FX Street session here. And so this is the schedule. This is the schedule. And you can go ahead and request a copy of this schedule, and we'll send it out to you. Or you can just go to the links for video shows. You can see here. Just go to fxstreet.com, video shows, and you'll see our schedule. They publish the next 2 or 3 shows on FX in advance. If you want to follow the YouTube shows, go to tradingwithufos.com/nailingfx, and you'll get that information. Also, again, you can go to Forex Pipsville on Facebook. That's at FX Pips Trading. My email address now, personal email address is fxopabert@gmail.com or opa@tradedictive.com. So that's the June schedule that's been put into place. Here is the proposed July schedule, and you can see there's much more activity we're looking for in July. Again, www.fxstreet.com. You can just go to the main page and click on shows, and you'll find that information. The YouTube over here, youtube.com/c/tradewithufos. Okay, so that's all the ways that you can find the schedule. Don't miss these trading times. However, again, we do bounce around a little bit in different time frames so as to capture Forex traders throughout the world. All right, another thing that you might be interested in is to follow on Tradedictive. Tradedictive provides a daily market overview. So if you're only interested in Forex, that's okay. You can see what's going on, and you can see the sell UFO. UFO, by the way, does not mean spaceship, alien spaceship, unidentified flying object. In the case where we are saying UFO, we're saying unfilled orders. Where are the unfilled orders? And you can see here's an example. No time on this right now, but daily in the Euro USD, the sell unfilled orders are at this level. That's the zone. And the buy unfilled orders are down below here. So you could trade between these two zones. And that's just the daily overview, but I will show you here in just a few minutes what we can do with finding the UFOs on one of the other websites that we use, okay? So the name escapes me just for the moment. My age is creeping up on me. So my suggestion, if you're interested in other types of markets, or if you basically want to trade your MT4 platform with CFDs, you can take a look at the Tradedictive Daily Market Overview, okay? So let's continue here. All right, so here we see the 2 different charts that we'll be using. This is a image from back in March when I first did some presentations on FX Street. So here you can see this is the MT4 platform, and it's got some indications on here. And this is the other platform that we'll be using. The name just escapes me for a second here. We'll catch up on. But you notice they're identical, okay, in terms of the market movement, okay. But what you have here in the trading view, that's the name of it. In the trading view is the UFOs, unfilled order levels, okay, for the selling orders, and the unfilled buy orders is zoned down in here. We also have what's called the climate down here, and this climate, you'll learn about how to use the climate if you follow some of the Trading with UFOs YouTube presentations. There's lots of good information there, and there's seminars and classes on that. So this tells me how fresh those levels might be. Okay, how fresh. So, and how long that level or the movement from that level could continue. It could continue for a long time. So MT4, yeah, I've gotten some emails from some of the participants, some of you that are watching my videos here, and when I've given you specific indicator parameters, you send a message to me and say, "Oh, Bert, you know, OPA, my platform doesn't allow me to do this or that." Well, I can't help you with other platforms, but what I do recommend and I can help you with is getting an MT4 platform. You set it up as a demo account, no problem, no cost to do that, and you can run the analysis on the MT4 platform. You run it on the TradingView platform on live website, and then you place your trades with your actual broker. Not a big problem. A little bit of an extra step here or there, but all worth it to get the results that you're looking for. All right. So once we have finished an introduction, as I have done now, then we go to live charts, and we would be hunting for a trade. So when this comes up, this is your indication of really you want to pay attention, because now we are going to be going into live charts and hunting for a trade. And we are going to be very selective, we have actual rules, and the rules that we use exclude potential trades that are iffy type of trades. Remember, the question that you need to ask yourself, or when you ask yourself, is it or isn't it? Is it or isn't it? If you ever ask yourself the question, is it or isn't it a trade, then the answer is it isn't. Okay? Because if all the criteria have been met, there is no question, it is a trade. But if you're questioning and saying, is it or isn't it? Is it? Should I take it? The answer is no. Okay. There'll always be another trade available, always be another trade coming. So don't take trades that aren't high probability. All right. So now we get to hunting for a trade, and we get into the basic analysis of real-time charts to identify potential trades. So one last time, if you need to get a hold of me, you want to ask questions, go ahead and send that email to fxopabert@gmail.com or opa@tradedictive.com. Also, you can continuously see updates. Join the Forex Pipsville group on Facebook. And so that will be something that you can do. All right, so let's get out of the PowerPoint, and I'm going to bring up a basic chart here. This is a basic, very basic MT4 chart, okay? And you see down here it's called basic. This is a template that's basic. Could be also called default. And I can help you set up that in your MT4 if you need that assistance. So that's, and this is a 5-minute chart, okay, different time frames. Here, let's go to a 15-minute chart. Now on this 15-minute chart, you see I have OPA's 4 moving average profile. Now some of you are familiar with this 4 moving average profile because you've watched some of my sessions before, but for those of you that are not familiar with the profile, I will provide you with additional information. And so we can see this is on the hourly chart, and here we have the profile, and it includes the MACD. So combining the profile with the MACD, that gives us a really good indication of where price may go. May go, okay? Never any 100% guarantees. And as we see, here's the daily, what we're looking at right now. It might be a little bit small for you, so let me go ahead and open it up a little bit. There you go. All right, so there's the daily. There are certain times when things happen and we get a correlation of the indicators in MT4, and we get a correlation. Let me go ahead and see if I can adjust this a little bit. Let's see. All right. All right, so there's my MT4 chart. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that down. And now I'm going to bring up the trading view. Okay, here's the trading view chart. And you can see that it looks very similar. It has my moving average profiles. It only has the 3 on here. I don't have the 4th one on here. And we have the UFOs. So what it looks like right now is the algorithm is from back here. Each time here price moved up, the algorithm said, hey, you know what? I think that price may turn around, but it didn't, because we have specific rules. We have specific rules that we follow to confirm when price should change direction. We can anticipate where price will change direction by knowing where the unfilled orders are. Okay, so price could conceivably, we're looking at a daily chart here, price could conceivably go ahead and move all the way up to this zone up here, and that zone is bounded by 1.5659 to 1.16702. Okay, so there's a sell zone sitting up here that on a daily chart I would think I'd want to respect. Okay, now down here in the auto climate, you can see here, now again, going to Trade with UFOs, you can learn the specifics of auto climate. I will, give you a general overview. It looks like with the big blue circle here, this is where auto climate said, this is where, if we want to go long, blue being long, we should be able to go long. And here we can see some numbers. We got an up arrow here, and we got a down arrow here. And this tells us how many periods we can anticipate, or that the algorithm anyways the computer brain is anticipating that the movement would continue. All right. And so currently it's at 8. So it's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 periods. Initially, the algorithm said, you know what? We round this up. We should be able to stay in this trade for 5 periods. Well, that was 5 days. So here was where it started, and you can see this little black arrow here. This is called I forget what it's called, the auto phase. Okay, this little black arrow was the first indication that said, hey, you know what? We're getting to a point where price might come down. Well, that's a might. That's not a trigger to sell. Okay, and so we look down here and we say, oh wow, this looks like it's going to have much more time, and so we could get in on a daily, and you could have a longer term swing chart, swing trade on that. Okay, so let's see if I can bring up. There we go. All right, so now we can see on the split screen what we have here. We've got the trading view, we've got the MetaTrader, okay? And so we're seeing different things happening here, okay? So let me go ahead and see the daily. You can look at here, you see daily. I don't have the auto phase on here, don't need it on both of them. And so also what we see here is that the MACD, well, I'll teach you how to read the MACD, is definitely saying that price still showing strength to move to the upside. Okay, so using those two different charts, we have those two tools available to us. All right, so let's do something. Let's do something really quick here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the MT4 down. Let's focus on the trading view chart initially here, because it's probably new to many of you. All right, so let's look at now. If you go to tradingview.com, you can sign up for tradingview.com, or again, you can send me an email and I will send you a link that will save you some money if you decide to go to a paid version. There's a free version and there's a paid version. So before you go in there, go ahead and send me your email, request the link, and I will send that out to you, and then you go ahead and sign up for the free version. The free version has some limitations, but those limitations should still allow you to get most of the information that we need. In any case, you can always make multiple charts. All right, so let's see if there is anything possible to trade on the US dollar. Obviously, on the day time frame, we don't have anything. If we wanted to trade that, we would have gotten in a lot earlier, and there would have been a really nice move here that we'd still be holding. All right, so let's drop down from daily to the 4 hour, which is the next time frame lower. All right, and let's see. All right. Now look down here. Look down here. This says that we're in 49 periods of upward movement, where initially I think that the upward movement was identified as 6. It's 5.87 rounded up to 6. We always round that up. Okay, so we've got some movement here. Nothing happening. We don't see that we're entering into a sell zone up here. So, and the profile here, the profile is still showing some nice movement to the upside. Some nice movement to the upside. All right. So that's nothing to see there. Let's go ahead to your 1 hour. And in trading view, you can use different time frames. You can create your own time frames in one of the paid versions. It's not very expensive. It's a good service to have, very inexpensive, but you don't need to buy it if you don't feel comfortable with it. So let's go with the 1 hour, the standard 1 hour here. And again, look at this. Oh, look at this. Here in the 1 hour, we see that, well, there might be a potential for us. It may have already passed. We've got levels here. This level, this zone on with another zone really on top of it. So that becomes one big zone of potential here. So price did move up here. Again, it's moving a lot from its initial down here. This is where it started. Okay, here, gotta get that. Okay, there you go. All right, so you can see here that on this period and this candle, this 1 hour candle, when it closed, the algorithm said, hey, guess what? You know what? We might be going south. But when we look at the profile didn't give us a good indication that we would be wanting to go south. As a matter of fact, what the profile said, or what the UFO said down here, was that we would want to go long. Okay, we'd want to go long. Price broke out of that. And if we go to our chart here and change that to 1 hour, what do we see here? Again, we see a little clearer the moving averages moving up, and we see the histogram, the main histogram of the MACD has crossed the signal line at the same spot, that we got the auto climate here. Okay, so these are confirming each other, that we are looking at a good possibility for price to be going up. Okay, and so if you had gone in at this level down here where your profile is good, okay, now you are outside, you already came outside of the buy zone. Okay, actually this buy zone was created down in here. So if I show you that, what we have here, okay, all right, there. All right, so this zone, although the lines go back to the left, they're just horizontal lines, but the actual zone was created in here. This is the creation of that zone, and we can see that we had a very strong, impulsive, dynamic move out of that area. So obviously, when that happens, there should be some orders left behind, people that wanted to buy at this level. Okay, so there's the buy level on the 1 hour. It broke out. Okay, so we would measure from the close here, anticipating down to the bottom of the zone here. This would be our stop amount, and it's a little easier to do it here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to measure from the bottom here down to here, because that's it. So on the 1 hour chart, this says that we need to be thinking about having about a 45 pip stop. Now, some of you are going to say, well, I can't afford a 45 pip stop. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can afford a 45 pip stop. All you need to do is change your position size. Your position size. Instead of trying to trade a standard lot with 45 pips, unless you've got $50,000 in your account, and you only have $2,000 in your account, you have to move your position size down to maybe a micro, not even a mini, a micro. Why do you do that? Well, you say, well, Opa, trading a micro, that's no good. I can't make any money. You are thinking about money, aren't you? See, there's the problem. Don't think about money. Think about pips. Pips. You need to be able to make those insignificant dollar trades, but good pip trades to get the practice. So don't discard that. Make the adjustments, and then you get those trades. So we have a 45 pip stop, and it looks like we should be able to go to where? Up here. There's the sell zone. So moving up there. So let's take a measurement from where we would think we'd want to enter down here all the way up to where up here, and that is about 110 pips, which is a nice 2 to 1, better than 2 to 1 potential for a trade. So you see, if you ignore this type of trade simply because you say, I can't make any money, I want to make money, you're thinking about money. You're not thinking about trading pips. Trading pips is what's important, okay? So I will tell you this over and over and over again. And so now that it's come up at this level, it has kind of stalled and it's moving sideways. We're seeing some consolidation here. And we see that consolidation down in the MACD because the MACD has made a high. Okay, it's got a high pivot here. And it's actually come down and crossed below the signal line again. So these are all things that help us identify and decide when we're going to trade and how we're going to trade and when we'll stay in and all of these things. This is what these sessions will be all about. So at this point, we don't have a trade, obviously, because if we tried to put on a trade now, where would our stop be? Well, our stop technically belongs below the buy zone. And, you know, now we have a inverted upside down trade that is probably a 1 to 10. Make one, risk 10. And we definitely don't want to do that. All right? So let me move this down here. And we looked at the hourly. Let's go ahead and change this to the next time frame. Don't usually use the 30, so we'll just jump to the 15. Okay. And here we see that we have a potential zone right here. Here's the zone right in here. And it's a double zone. Okay. It's a double zone. Let's take a look down here. It said that started back here. All right, back here. And we are 4 periods into it. It could go down 5. So it might rise for the next 15 minutes and then collapse. or continue. Okay, I'm sorry. It might drop. It could drop. But our zone is kind of big here. It's a big zone. So let's go ahead and again go back and look at our 15-minute here. All right. So here we see what we're looking at. And this is all telling me that the move to the upside has lost a lot of its strength. It's still a potential, but it's lost a lot of its strength. And so here we see that maybe we only got 15 more minutes, one more period to rise. It could continue to go up. And again, now that we are looking at this, you see it's coming in here. Okay. Should we be thinking about taking a short trade? No, because the climate is telling us long. It's telling us that for the next about 20 minutes, because we're into the 15-minute time period here, price will continue to rise. So if the auto climate changes, then we can consider go ahead and taking a trade. And so we are going to do this in detail. We're going to do a lot of detail, teaching you how to set up the MT4 chart, all of this, and how to view the trading view chart. And I will, and someone once asked me, are you, Bert, Opa, are you just a scalper? No, the answer is no, I'm not a scalper, but I know that the techniques work in basically all time frames. And since we only have 1 hour really to look for and hunt for trades, I will often try to identify trades using the lower time frames with multiple time frame analysis and see if we can jump in and get into a trade during the 1 hour session. So, but most of the time, often that it's not available. That being said, let's drop down to the 5-minute and see what we have here. All right, so first of all, we need to open this up. And we can see that, what is it telling me? And let's go ahead and bring up this also on our 5-minute so we can see what we're doing here. And you can see here in the 5-minute, we had a low pivot down in here somewhere. There was a low pivot in the histogram, and then the histogram started to show above, crossed from below the signal line to above the signal line. So right in here where we can see a little bit of space between the blue histogram level and the signal line of the histogram, right in here, that was an indication that price may want to go ahead and start moving up, okay, on a 5-minute, in a 5-minute period, 5-minute period, okay? So what do we wait for? Well, in the moving average, what we want to see is we want to see this blue moving average line crossing the red moving average line. And you will get the parameters for that. If you're brand new, you'll get them when you just send a request, or hopefully they'll soon be available in the guide. So let's move over here and take a look and see what happened here. Well, here with the heavy blue dot right here, this came in and said, go ahead and consider a buy. We were down in here. See, we were down in this. And now we buy in here. We've got another buy zone that was created in here. And then we've got another buy zone that was created here and another buy zone created here. And where the heck do we have a sell zone? Okay, there's a sell zone right there. We've already pierced into the sell zone, right? So, but the climate has continuously showed us that the strength of the move should be to the upside. It has gone 15 periods when initially we would have expected it to only go 7. So it has done a pullback and a continuation. So this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at here. Now we just did the Euro USD, and when we are hunting, we will be looking for trades in all of the majors, and I include Singapore as part of the majors simply because and if I can get this to open up more, whoops, here. All right, so here I have 4, all looking at the euro, but setting up a profile, let's see if I get this right. Market overview, no, not right. How about default? No. Well, I don't have it set up on this platform right now. Let's see, zebra major crosses down in here. Well, I can't show it to you right now because it's not set up. I changed platforms as a result of the little flub up that we had on Wednesday. But the reason I include Singapore as one of the majors, when I do a profile, I set it up so that I see all eight currency pairs simultaneously on the screen. Why 8? Well, it balances out. If you only show 7, then you have a mix of 4 and 3, and you can't read that very well. So again, though, these are all little things, little approaches that you're going to get as we move along. As I said, the next session that you're going to have in Forex will be next week with one of the other team nailing Forex instructors, and they go a lot deeper and a lot more specific into the actual trades. I do a lot of background education so that you can understand what's going on, and then when you have questions, it will all make a little bit more sense to you. I also give you ways to correlate rather than focus simply on one type of aspect of the trading technique. You can correlate the different approaches so that you get a higher probability for the trade. And so looking at this right now on the trading view, we have a 5 minutes chart. It's saying that price wants to turn around. Get this little black arrow. That is our auto phase. Now the auto phase is just the computer algorithm again. The computer algorithm just telling me that, you know what, according to the conditions that we've been programmed with, there is a high probability that price may want to turn around. It is not a trigger. It is not a trigger. So the auto phase helps me to identify what I call the alert period, and you will see specific definitions of the alert period. Okay, so we are right at the end of the hour now. Looks like it's time for me to sign off. I appreciate that you have taken the time to be with me And I strongly encourage you to go ahead and get those schedules for all of the Nailing FX instructors and pay close attention to what we have to offer, because our job is to try to help you become better at your trading. Okay? So thanks for watching. If you have questions, send me those emails, send that information request, and I will see you again on the 24th of this month, and we'll give a shot next week in the Trading with UFOs YouTube channel. Okay, so we'll see if we can't get that ironed out. And so watch the schedule. See you next time. Thanks for being with me.